is Jewish representative at the Interfaith Forum with Brother Saul Khan, and it's my pleasure to now invite Helen Wilson, an executive of Forum Australia, to read out that message for us. Helen.
Let me just adjust the microphone.
Sure.
Harry is unable to be here today because it is the Jewish Sabbath, and this is his message. I often say to people, I'm not on Facebook, but I am on Faithbook. I will leave the welcome to country acknowledging the first spiritual people of this land to the organisers, and would like in my initial words to pay my respects to all of the speakers whom I have either met or worked with, starting with Her Excellency, the Ambassador for Jordan. I have been an admirer of Crown Prince Hassan ibn Talal and his excellent work in Interfaith for more than 20 years. And I do so in the tradition of the late Rabbi Dr. Hertz, former Chief Rabbi of the UK. Acknowledge the truth from whatever source it comes. I'm also an admirer of the late revered King Hussein of Jordan and his son King Abdullah II ibn al-Hussein for the compassion with which he has admitted hundreds of thousands of refugees from the conflicts in Syria and Iraq. Australia broadly falls within the Greco-Roman Western concept of civilization. But democracy on the Greek model always had one fatal weakness. Alexis de Tocqueville and J.S. Mill called it the tyranny of the majority. J.L. Talman called it totalitarian democracy. The rule of the majority contains no guarantees of the rights of the minorities. As Lord Acton rightly noted, it was this that led to the downfall of Athens. There was no law superior to that of the state. The lawgiver was above the law. In Judaism, by contrast, prophets were mandated to challenge the authority of the king if he acted against the Torah, the divine teaching. Individuals were empowered to disobey illegal or immoral orders. For this alone, the covenant at Sinai deserves to be seen as the ancient single greatest step in the long road to a free society. We will rarely be able, because of our varying faith commitments, to pray together. But we can worship together in a different sense by working with one another, bringing moral truth to the service of our society and civilization, standing at all times and in all circumstances for human dignity and the supremacy of justice, of peace and compassion. We'll find ourselves fascinated by each other's source materials and interpretations. The founder of the discipline of comparative religion, the German Orientalist Max Muller, may well have been right in his contention that he who understands only his religion understands none. We may never totally overcome our lack of internal grounding in the other faith or in faith, but we can study and converse together, learn to be fair to the texts, correct long-standing errors, delete the dogmatism that comes from ignorance and fear, and endorse the rabbinic word that an ignorant person cannot be pious. The late Hasidic Rabbi Schneerman of Shabbat Lubavitch taught that those who are able to appreciate the jewels and wisdom of their own faith are best placed to appreciate the precious stones and wisdoms of others. Our diversity has the potential to add sweetness, strength, and substance to our existence and coexistence. A nation should respect its faith, and the faith should respect the nation. The only way we will achieve integrated diversity and respect for the dignity of difference is when we see our differences as contributions that bring to the common good. It is vital that we teach all of our children, whether in faith schools or not, to honour this country, respect its traditions, contribute to its welfare, and show the same respect to others as we ask others to show to us. The good news about religion is that it can create communities based on altruism and trust. It can teach people to make sacrifices for the sake of others. It can build social capital. My dear colleague Dean Sahu Khan has elaborated on this. And to conclude, we affirm that we are enriched by our religious diversity. Each faith has a candle. None is diminished by the light of others, and together they can help banish some of the darkness in the human heart. Abraham and his descendants are called to be a blessing to mankind. In order for us to be a blessing to humankind, we have to be a blessing to each other. And indeed, when we work together to be a blessing to humanity, then we are truly a blessing to each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Harry, and thank you very much. I wish to acknowledge the efforts behind the scene of Dean Sahu Khan in contacting Harry and making sure that today this message is read here. Thank you very much.